Once there was a taxi driver named Hamid, a young bachelor who often drove late into the night to earn his living. Though his parents were seeking a suitable marriage proposal for him, Hamid yearned to find a beautiful and charming girl to marry and had rejected all the proposals suggested by her parents. On one full moon night, after dropping off his last passenger in a suburban area, Hamid began his journey home, navigating through an empty road flanked by dense wilderness. Exhausted, he yearned to reach home quickly for some much-needed rest. Suddenly, he spotted a young, elegantly dressed young woman standing at the edge of the road, waving for his attention. She was a vision of beauty, young and tall, with long, flowing hair that cascaded down her back. Her fair complexion glowed softly in the moonlight, accentuating her delicate features. Her eyes were strikingly large and pretty, framed by thick lashes that gave her an almost ethereal allure. Concerned for her safety, Hamid stopped his car and asked if she needed help. The woman, with an air of grace and vulnerability, provided her home address, which coincidentally was near Hamid's neighborhood. However, she requested that before taking her home, they visit a nearby graveyard to pray for her deceased relative as they were passing nearby. Despite of Hamid's reservations about visiting a cemetery at night, her plea moved him, and he agreed, wanting to spend more time with the lady. As they drove, Hamid found himself mesmerized by her beauty, frequently glancing at her through the rear-view mirror, fantasying about the possibility of marrying such a charming woman. After a brief drive, they arrived at the graveyard. The woman asked Hamid to accompany her, fearing the darkness and isolation. Hamid obliged, and they walked together towards a grave. Upon reaching the grave, the woman asked Hamid to pray for her relative's soul. Curious about her connection to the deceased, Hamid inquired but received no answer. He prayed, and once more he asked about her relationship with the deceased. The woman, with a somber tone, finally revealed she was someone very close to the departed and asked him to pray again for forgiveness. Hamid's curiosity piqued as he noticed the name noisee engraved on the tombstone, along with a death date less than a month old. When he asked the woman about her relationship with noisee, a sudden gust of wind swept through the graveyard in a chilling, thick voice.
I am spirit of Nadia, who had died a month ago. After being betrayed by my boyfriend, I leapt into the marsh, deep in the heart of the wilderness, and ended my life. And now I was doomed to wander till eternity.
Until someone prayed for my forgiveness to put my soul at rest.
As she spoke, she began to fade into the air and vanished. Terrified, Hamid fled from the graveyard, his heart pounding with fear. He reached his car and sped home, his mind racing with thoughts of his eerie encounter with the beautiful spirit and the surreal notion of marrying a ghost.